right, welcome to a very special episode of the Shrimp and Grits podcast with Jack Schwartz and Keith Corey, and our special guest, my good friend, very funny stand-up comedian, the sweet baby of Washington, D.C. Give it up for Victor Gonzalez, everybody.
Woo!
Victor!
Thank you for having me. Thank you. It's good to be here. Emphasis on special. Very special here.
Very special.
Yeah.
Now, we brought on Victor for a specific reason. Keith, you're killing me.
Diversity.
You gotta stop touching shit.
Sorry.
Why you wrapping your lips around the mic?
Because you say get close to the mic. Is this close enough so you can hear me?
It's close enough.
All right, cool.
Just talk as long as you're talking into it. This is an audio episode because here's the thing. Here's the truth. Here's what's going on, guys. Okay, this is gonna be an alien-dominated podcast. We're gonna focus on aliens, and we couldn't do video because honestly, we're worried that the government's gonna track us down. Okay.
Because they don't listen to audio.
No, they don't. They ignore audio completely. Well, they won't be able to identify where we did the podcast because right now we're in a bunker.
Deep underground.
Deep underground.
Very deep.
Specifically a walkout basement. And the reason for that is because we're worried that the government's going to show up and the Men in Black or whatever. And we brought on Victor Gonzalez because he is, I would say he's probably the leading alien expert in my apartment, I would say.
In your apartment. Yeah, I would say so too.
Out of everybody between me and Victor.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not true. Maybe we're both.
Ex-CIA agent.
He was in the CIA. I know what you're thinking. He's pretty young. So how did he do that? He's actually 96 years old. He just looks great.
I've lived many lives.
Well, let's get into this easy. There's no need to jump right into unidentified aerial phenomena. You know what I mean? So Keith, how are you doing?
Right.
I know, right? They're not going to believe this episode because also if it's just audio and it's a black guy talking about alien shit, they're not going to believe it.
I honestly think we need more black representation in aliens.
I think so too.
I'm not even kidding.
Other than Will Smith.
As long as it's not Will Smith.
Yeah, if you see like videos of like people doing shit on their cell phones, recording shit of it, like aliens, and it's like a black person, it's just literally automatopoeia. It's like, yo, what the fuck? Hey, yo, hey, shit. Yeah.
It's just onomatopoeias. Well, I feel like aliens don't
like
fuck
that.
with Will Smith though, because
With aliens and magic and...
Yeah. Bro, watching black people enjoy magic is one of the very few joys that I really have in life. Honestly,
you can be like the most depressed person in the world, and if you watch videos like that, you're cured.
Yeah.
It is better.
Anything.
It's
I
better
think
than Zoloft.
magic is to black people what puppies are to white women.
That is hilarious. That is oh
my god,
he's trying the potato salad for the first time.
magic.
Wow, really getting into the whole racial stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Right
we're
away.
a pretty racially aggressive podcast.
yeah.
We're also very racially diverse here. I like
Oh
this.
my god, we are. We got a whole spectrum going.
Oh my god.
All we need is an Asian guy. Where's Leo when you need him?
Oh yeah.
I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, I guess real quick we'll do a little recap of a weekend. I guess Keith did a cool show. He did like a Comic-Con style show, Awesome Con
Oh,
in
awesome
DC.
con, dude. It was fucking.
Tell us about that a little bit. I don't really know much about cons.
So
Just pros.
I got linked up with the Geek Comedy Tour, and they've been doing pretty much like cons for like the last, I want to say like 10 years, dude.
Like
Yeah.
specifically, that's all they do is the Comic-Con stuff.
Yeah. They're like a bunch of geeky comics. That's like their fan base, and they linked up and kind of got like their own thing going on. So they do like random cons around that book them. So
Is that national, or is it like specific to this region?
No,
Like DC?
they're well more specific to this region, but they have a little bit of like national dates. I just kind of got linked up to them last year. I did BlurCon, and I did a Trekkie convention last year. So this year I did Awesome Con, and I'm gonna do BlurCon again next month. So
What's the focus of Awesome Con?
It's just literally. It's literally like a junior version of Comic Con.
Okay, so anything goes, anything nerd
goes,
shit.
Yeah, anything. Most of them are pretty much like that, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine they're not like if you go to a Star Trek convention dressed up as like Han Solo, they're not going to be like,
Yeah,
hey.
other than the track convention shits, because they are strict on the fucking track.
Oh, they are? Oh, that kinda
Very
makes sense,
strict
I
on
guess.
that track shit.
Victor, have you ever been to like a Comic-Con style thing?
AFV.
What's AFV? America's Funniest Home Videos?
No, I don't know.
What is
Keith knows.
Yeah, I know.
What is
Yeah,
it?
He knows.
Uh,
Anime festival.
No, you're getting
No.
warmer. You're getting warmer.
Is it
Same
anime?
demographic. Same demographic.
Okay. Same demographic.
it's the film, right?
Gimp porn.
Yeah, it's film shit. It's like it's not like Sundance, because Sundance has had like kind of grown into its own thing, but it's like film.
It's like film.
Yeah.
But it's like a con, so
It's
people
film.
dress up, kind of thing.
Some people dress up.
Okay, it sounds a little different. It sounds like less nerdy, to be honest. But you
Wait,
can
is it
still
AFE?
nerd
Wait, it might be. I might have gotten the abbreviation wrong.
It's because they're all pretty. But you don't want to call it nerdy. It's just more people that are into that shit.
out. Well, listen now. What I'm not doing is I'm not loading the word nerdy. Okay, nerdy to me is not an insult these days.
No, I'm not saying it's
You know
an
what I mean?
insult, but it's like BlurCon. BlurCon is literally like Comic Con for black people.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I did get the
Yeah.
abbreviation wrong. It's AVN.
Oh,
AVN,
AVN.
okay.
Okay, wait.
That's what it is.
I only knew what it was off of the.
What does that stand for?
It's like the Oscars.
No, what does it stand for?
What is it? Oh, what does it stand for? I don't know. What's the N? I don't know what the N stands for. Hold on, they don't specify here.
weird. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
you can keep looking.
Yeah.
if you want.
Oh, news. The N stands for news. Okay.
News.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the A? And why are you being so vague? What is the rest of it? stand for?
AVN. The AVN is the adult video news.
Adult video.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh shit! You talking? I know
oh,
exactly.
you're towing the line.
He's talking about the porn shit.
Okay,
Dude,
that would be fun to go to.
Well,
they are fun, but they also like bring out a bunch of like
Weird.
horny ass dudes that just want to see.
it's only horny
like,
ass dudes.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot
I've
like
never
Comic
been to
Con.
one. It
Yeah,
was one
exactly.
here a
That's why I
couple
said same
months ago.
demographic.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
demographic.
It was one that was what's the one that they came here? It was one that came here. I forgot what they
Dude,
call
they
it.
come everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sure there's cum all over the place. Sure, you gotta take your shoes off at the door.
Fuck, what did
Sound
they
like
call
it on.
Because they do it here, Jersey, Miami, and Vegas.
Just
And
that
they're
one?
Trying to, yeah.
You know where they're at and everything.
Yeah, one of my boys, Gordon, he hosted like some little he hosted something there. Like he was like a
Keith's
person
making a
that,
dick sucking
He's like a
motion right
deep
now.
throater. Okay.
nah. He was like a commentator.
Like an MC.
Oh,
like an
yeah.
MC.
I would
Yeah,
love to
He
do
was like
yeah.
an MC. He was like interviewing like porn stars and shit. That shit was dope.
Oh,
That would be
okay.
fun.
Yeah.
We should do an episode there.
I mean, like, what would you even ask them? What would you
That's a
ask them
good
that they
question.
haven't been asked before?
Well, let me ask you this: who am I asking?
Who are you asking? I don't know. Let's say some unknown actress, Riley Reid.
Yeah, unknown.
Unknown.
I mean, I feel like I'm gonna start off with things that don't have anything to do with sex because I'm trying to seem cool, right? Trying to seem like I'm not all about sex. So I'm probably gonna do like a throw a softball out there, like what do you do when you're not getting dogged on camera for money?
Just they regular people.
Yeah, but I want to know. I want to
wanna
know her
know,
ins and
yeah.
outs. I want to know what
Her
goes
ins and outs.
before I
That's
know
all
what
on
goes
video.
in and out. Yeah, yeah. It's like, you can just check out my whole catalog. I have my ins and outs.
I want to see how good they are at video games. I just want to dog a chick out in a video game,
What do you mean?
like beat her ass in like Street Fighter or some shit, or like Call of Duty. If it was a porn star that's like really good at Call of Duty, that would be more sexy to me.
I know you hear the difference.
It'd be a lot more sexy.
Hold on.
I'm remedial. I'm sorry. Yeah. I just want to see like how good she is in video games.
I imagine. I mean, honestly, bro, like it's women in video games is like a growing thing now, and there is a bit of a crossover between like OnlyFans and Twitch. You know what I mean? Like
Very true.
now, girls are on Twitch just with their tits out playing Fortnite and stuff like that. And
Really?
I respect the hell out of that. That sounds like a hell of a
You
way
know
to make money.
Who does that?
You can
Dude,
find
there's a
it
lot.
easily. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
I see some of that shit on TikTok. Obviously, it's the PG-13
It's the
version.
reason I'm broke.
Yeah. Have you ever subscribed to an OnlyFans?
No, never.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
Some of them are free.
Wait, no, not me neither. I did one time.
Wait,
one time.
really?
I did. I think it was like a week trial or something like that. And it was when OnlyFans was really new, and I was legitimately just curious about it. And I want to say the girl's name was like Fit Butt Cheeks or something like that.
That's very specific.
Yeah, fat ass white girl with a fat ass. She wasn't overweight.
I bet was her videos lit?
I don't really remember. I think I remember logging in and being like, well, this is actually like worse than the free porn that I could find. So I didn't have any connection with that person. I think part of it is like you develop like a little crush on some porn star. You're like, I'm gonna follow her OnlyFans. I didn't. This girl honestly could have been dumb as a rock for all I know. I didn't listen to anything with audio on. You know, silent porn guy myself.
That's the best part.
Yeah, I like to imagine the noises. Personally,
Very true.
I do like a ventriloquist kind of thing.
This is gonna
I
be
do both voices.
so opposite ends of the spectrum on this
Yeah.
podcast. Porn stars, aliens.
Yeah. We are going
Yeah.
to dive deep into the aliens shit. We can just get into it unless you guys want to share more porn stories.
Imagine alien porn stars.
I can't
I'll
not.
fuck an alien.
You would fuck an alien?
Straight up.
What alien universe in movies would you be down to fuck?
Damn, that's a good question.
I mean, there's one obvious one.
What's the obvious one? Is it like
Avatar.
Star Trek?
Avatar.
Fuck, man, they too tall. No offense to like super tall women, but like
10
nah.
feet tall.
Well,
They
they're like they're way
They don't
taller.
they seem like they fuck, but they don't seem like they fuck how I want to fuck. Like I like rough shit. They don't seem like they would be rough.
Well, they like connect their tails.
That's
to
what I'm
each
saying.
other.
They be too integrated in like the beauty of fucking. Nah, I want a visceral like.
You're like, I want to
"Yeah, you
come on the
fucking
tree of
bitch."
life.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah,
Trying to get my dick sucked under the
I'm
tree.
trying to pull her hair. Her body's so long, I can't.
You know,
like,
you can't pull their hair. I think it's like a religious thing to them, to the Avatar.
That's so sucky.
They're not called Avatar. What are they called again?
The Nawe or some
Yeah,
shit.
the Navi.
Did they have
yeah.
another sex scene in the second movie? I haven't watched the second movie.
No,
It's
they
long.
don't actually. But I tell you what, that movie's wet.
It's long.
It's
It's
long.
like 4 hours.
It's pretty
long.
good. It's free on
It's 4
HBO
hours?
Max.
No,
It's free on HBO Max right
Dude,
now.
as soon as you said 4 hours, I got interested.
Yeah, Victor loves a
It's on
long
HBO
ass
Max?
movie.
I thought it was on Disney.
It's on
It's
HBO.
on-
It's
it's on
probably
one
on
of them.
both. It's probably on both.
True.
But it's on HBO Max for sure. I can't confirm Disney.
Yeah. It's on one of them. It's always there. I almost watched it. I like long movies.
I'm talking about the
Very,
brand
very
new
long.
ones.
Watch an hour like every morning before you go to work.
Oh, no, I like watching like long movies straight. Just all the
What's
way.
the longest movie you've ever seen?
That's a good question.
Dude, I just came across it. I just came.
Didn't we stumble across it the other day?
Yeah, we stumbled across. It's like 4 hours.
I don't remember what it was.
4 hours.
Yeah, it was like 4 hours.
Pearl Harbor is pretty fucking long.
That's 3 hours.
The Postman's pretty long with Kevin Costner.
Pearl Harbor's only 3 hours. I remember that shit. Like I remember watching it as a kid, being like, "This is a week of my life."
I remember Titanic seemed long.
Titanic's long.
That's like just under 3 hours.
Was it,
if there's an intermission, I'm so interested.
In a movie?
Yeah,
You mean in the theater or on the movie?
in the movie, like in Titanic, there was an intermission, like halfway through.
What did they do for the intermission? I've never seen that version of it.
You never seen? Oh yeah, because it's always like on TBS and all that. It's just
Yeah.
commercial break.
So in the actual
force
official version,
intermission.
there's an intermission.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense for the theaters. It's weird that they would
Well,
release that.
on VHS when I first watched it, it was like 2 VHS tapes.
damn, that shit was long.
I do remember the
You
two
remember that?
VHS tapes
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do remember that.
And like you take a quick potty break in between the first and the
Yeah.
second one.
Pearl Harbor was 3.
3 VHS tapes.
I think maybe even DVDs.
Was that 3.5?
No, it must have been VHS.
Nah,
tapes.
because you can put time on DVD.
No, it's 3 hours.
Pearl-
It's 3 hours and 4 minutes. I already googled it.
Harbor. 3 hours and 4.
Yeah, you were pretty spot on.
I remember. Yeah, I don't know why. I just tend to know a lot of movies length time. Like Godfather Part 1 was just under. It's like 2 hours and 59 minutes. Godfather Part 2 is like 3.5 hours. Wings of Desire is like 4 hours long. That's a Wim Wenders movie.
So
Y'all know some long. I only
much
know like
movie.
Marvel movies that's long.
they're not that long.
Yeah, they're not that long. They
And
need to be
they're
longer.
not that long, but like Endgame was like 3 hours.
Yeah, what's the movie that came out recently that I saw that was long as I guess it was Avatar that I'm thinking of. Because
It was
Avatar is long as
dude.
shit.
It was Avatar.
Oh, Beau is Afraid. I think that one was like super long. I think, or it might have just been 2.5 hours. Most movies are 2.5 hours.
Yeah, nowadays movies seem to be coming out at about the 2 hour mark lately.
Yeah, that is true. There's been
Yeah.
like I've seen a graph where like they saw because before the average was like an hour and a half
Hour
for
and a half.
movies.
Yeah, when we were young, it was like an hour
Yeah.
and 45. Wow,
Between-
lengthy movie.
Between like
I know.
80 and an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Because
Hour and a
John
half was
Wick
good.
4 is long too.
Nobody can hear you unless you talk to
John
the
Wick is
microphone.
John Wick's like almost 3.
Yeah, it didn't have to be. It's an hour and a half of that movie is him falling down the stairs.
That sounds pretty
Shit was lit.
entertaining.
It's a fun movie.
It's
to
a
be
fun
honest.
movie.
I still
It's
have
very
never
fun.
watched a single John Wick movie.
What?
I know.
Come on, bro. Wait,
I
no,
know.
that's not true. We watched one with you.
No, we didn't.
The three of us watched John Wick too.
No, we didn't. I
I'm
wasn't
like
here.
Almost positive we did.
I definitely was not here. Maybe
you
it was.
tell you ain't seen it,
Maybe
you
I
ain't seen it.
walked in and you guys were already watching it, and I did my usual like, all right, time for me to go to bed.
Yeah, he did
And
that.
then just pass out.
Victor will pick a movie and they'd be like, "Oh, I can't wait to watch this." And as soon as we started, he goes, "Well,
Well, that's because we spent like 2.5 hours
Looking.
looking for a movie, and then we finally pick one at midnight.
it's my favorite part."
I know, it's great because we just go around watching trailers, and then we're just like, that movie looks like it sucks. That movie looks good. And then when we finally pick one at midnight, I'm already tired as hell because it took a lot of brain power
Yeah.
to
That's
pick.
when you
We ended up
ask your
watching a
boy.
movie.
That's when you ask your boy on the
But
movie.
yeah, you're a good
know.
reference for movies for like shoot 'em ups and like a gory like action shit.
I know some love movies too.
Of course, I'm not trying to,
What's your favorite love movie?
Hitch.
Hitch?
Really?
Hitch.
That's your favorite love
It's between
movie?
Hitch and 50 First Dates.
51st. Oh, that's a good one. 51st Dates is a great one.
50 First Dates is good. Hitch actually was a pretty fun movie, I guess.
Hitch was fun, dude.
Who's the girl in that again? What's her name? Eva Longoria? No, what's her name
that
again?
was Eva Mendes, man.
Yeah.
Eva Mendes, just golden.
Damn.
Looking
I'd
like a
hitch
chicken tender.
myself to that way.
Looking like a chicken tender.
Well, that seems like a great segue for this next topic.
What's the next topic?
Are there aliens?
Speaking of bodies out of this world,
Yeah, so there's like, okay, so we'll start with this. So if you guys are on TikTok or online and stuff like that, I'm sure you've seen there's like way more UFO sightings right now, and I have the numbers here. So in 2021, they released a report covering a 17-year period that had 144 official reports of like UAPs, which is
that's it.
yeah, 144. Well, not like anytime somebody said they saw an alien, but like anytime there was like video evidence of something that they couldn't easily prove wasn't a plane, like things that they weren't really sure about.
Still, that's it.
144. So since then, since 2021, something that they like released recently, there's been 366 reports that people are like, so you could obviously factor in the fact that phones and cameras are now more accessible.
Yeah.
Wait.
But since 2021,
Since 2021, there's been 366 official reports, and by official reports, it doesn't mean they're aliens. It just means that they were like unidentified.
But you call them UAPs.
UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena, because they changed it from UFOs, I think, mostly because of stigma. But it's also more accurate because UFO implies that it's a little more vague. It's just a flying object, which means it could be a unidentified plane. But UAP, the phenomena aspect of it to me is like, it's like acting irregularly.
Dude, I'm just imagining some like super liberal group that's like, we got to rebrand UFOs. It's like insensitive to the alien community.
Yeah.
that's funny. I thought you was gonna say like UFOs, like aliens coming out, like yo, don't call me no fucking UFO.
I mean,
Did
it's
you just
kind
call
of
me the
true.
U-word?
It's not dissimilar. It's like when people shuffle around words that aren't like the word wasn't offensive, but then people started using it offensively, and now they replaced it with a word that's not offensive. Neither word was ever supposed to be offensive.
I think spaceship is offensive.
Why?
Why?
I don't think it's offensive, but like it makes it seem like people are more like dumber when they say, "Oh, it's a spaceship." You know what I
It's
mean?
like, excuse me, it's an unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Yeah,
They're just being assholes.
that's
you
a
know?
spaceship.
So
I think
there's a
they
video
were.
that's come out recently. Have you seen the video of Vegas yet, Keith?
You talking about with the family that said it was in the backyard?
Yeah, so
they
this
said
is-
it was a hoax.
It's who said it was a hoax?
They like came saying it was a hoax. Like the
I
family.
don't know who the they is.
were like, did they really say that, or were they pressured to say that?
I think they probably were pressured to say it.
Also, I just don't really trust your source, to be totally honest with you. Like, where did you hear that? You know what I mean? Because if it's just like one of the videos out there saying now it's a hoax.
It's like people saying like the people came out and said it was a hoax. Because I remember the video. I follow this dude named Secure Team, and he like is where I get all of my alien information from because he's like deep into that shit.
Yeah, but that's still
But,
not
like-
reliable.
I mean, yeah, how reliable? Did you see the Chicago serial killer guy? The whole thing.
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
There was like a guy who I forget his name. He was like he went viral on TikTok because he was like covering like he was like doing some detective work because of like all this serial killery. I can't
Serial
speak.
killery.
Some serial killery of over in Chicago, and it turns out that it looked like he was like legit and like actually following the case and like learning new stuff, but it turns out he was just like advertising an app that he created.
He was just making up facts.
What was that?
Yeah. Some app about like some like mapping and tracking things on a map or whatever, something like that. And then it turns out like people uncovered. I forgot what it was. Coleman was telling me about it as well because he also came. You guys didn't come across this? It was like a big thing. Whoops.
I kind of stay away from serial killer stuff. If I'm being honest, typically I'm not really big into that. So I think my algorithm kind of avoids it. But so here's the thing about the Vegas thing. Do I think that video is bullshit? Probably, because never at any fucking point do you see anything that resembles anything like a UFO or an alien, like in any fucking way. It's just this blurry video of these dudes speaking Spanish. Maybe we can have Victor translate, and I don't know what they're saying, and I don't even know if they mention aliens.
I forgot. I've watched this video, the one in Vegas, right? And there's like a tractor or like a trailer
a truck
thing
and stuff.
Yeah, it's like trucks and apparently it's like right behind the second one, but it's like so blurry and it's so dark. Like iPhones, like the technology has gone so far that you can film at night.
Right, and then all of a sudden they have a droid from 20 years ago. Yeah, that's always the case.
It's always the case. That's why I'm always skeptical about it. Like here's the thing, I'm still refuse to believe that we have ever made contact with any aliens.
Well, here's the thing though.
One of them people.
Have you ever taken a picture of the
people.
moon? And I'm not talking about with this whole Google Pixel bullshit where they're advertising you can take a picture of the moon because that's a lie. So when you take a picture of the moon with your phone, it's like a speck. Like you can't zoom in enough. Like there's no way to really take like a good picture of the moon. And I'm not saying that there's aliens on the moon. My point is that it is hard to capture something that's like if you try to take a picture of a plane, it's like almost impossible to do with an iPhone. So
with
it's
an iPhone by itself, yeah.
Yeah. So it's challenging to like if something surprised you, you pull out your phone and take a video of it. It's not going to be a great video. But there is one that the Pentagon's been talking about. So they have this sector of the military. I think that they work with NASA too. That's like ran by that guy Dr. Kirkpatrick.
What if the Pentagon is talking about this to distract us from something else?
Nah, that's what people were saying. Like if something else happens, they'll be like, give them the aliens.
Well, here's a weird thing.
That's what happened with COVID.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So, remember COVID happened. It was all over the news. It was dominating the news.
Right.
And then that same week is when the Pentagon released the videos of the UFOs from the jet, the guys in the jet flying around, and he's tracking them on his GPS or whatever. And no one was talking about it, and I was getting so frustrated because I was like, the U.S. government for the first time ever has released a video of what they think could be
right
aliens or some sort of futuristic technology that we don't understand that uses like gravity displacement and all this kind of shit. There's no heat signature. There's nothing coming from it. So it didn't make any sense. And they released that and no one was talking about it. And I was literally like, I had the theories like, what if COVID was just like, was more of a cover up of aliens? You know what I mean? Like which one is scaring people more? I don't even know. But the aliens thing, I think people are really in denial about.
What if they release COVID just in case if like aliens was about to take over and they was like, you released the disease?
It's not. Well, you mean aliens released COVID?
No, I'm saying like people were like the government was like release the disease.
Just so we don't talk about aliens.
Nah, so aliens be like, oh no, we can't go down there yet. They said.
Yeah, maybe.
That's why they emptied out the streets to make everybody think that that aliens think that we're not here.
Or they like came down and like the streets were empty.
People inside.
Yeah.
That's an interesting
point. And they came outside. They were just walking around like Georgia Avenue.
They're like, where is everybody?
What the fuck is everybody? Here's somebody cough.
The aliens caught a cough. Like, I don't know, dude. There's like, so that video of the Pentagon that was released, we've all seen that, so I don't even need to pull it up. Yeah. But it's obviously like, nobody can tell what the fuck is going on. All you know is that it's like an object that is in one place and then like zooms over to another place and has no heat signature. Like, that's mad weird. Nothing that we know of on Earth moves like that. So to me, I was like, that's aliens. And I brought this up to my dad. My dad was a military guy. He's a government contractor and stuff. And he was like, completely wrote it off. And I was getting frustrated by that because I'm like, I think there's something like in denial. The older generation, they're in denial about the fact that like they could have been wrong. Like all the smart people were like, there's no aliens. Like there's no UFOs. Not that there's no aliens that could exist, but there's no UFOs on Earth. And I think they're so stubborn about holding that like idea that now that even the Pentagon's releasing videos, they're like, nah, it's still probably not UFOs. And it's like, then what the fuck is it? You know?
I think because like they just like maybe the older generation just like I don't know. The older I get, when I was younger, I was like super into it. I was like thinking like yes, aliens are gonna come and everything like that. Now as I got older, I'm worried about like real shit. You know, I'm like worried about like paying bills and shit like that, retiring and like living like trying to make the next paycheck, trying to make the rent and all that. I don't have time to worry about aliens. If aliens are not affecting my rent, then I don't care about them. They can live amongst us all they want.
Well, that's another idea too, right? Like, are they a threat? Like, Keith, what's your vibe on let's say some of these sightings are real. There's for sure UFOs. They're not necessarily aliens, but they might be. Like, what do you have what's your feeling on the idea of aliens coming to Earth to check us out?
I think they observe. I get not a lot of my information, but I have a good take on how Neil deGrasse Tyson takes it. How like I probably fucked up his name.
It's a mouthful. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. He said like if they were able to come here, they would take over. Like why would you come here and reveal yourself to be like a nice species?
What if they're playing the long game?
I mean, it's not a bad idea. There's
Kind
a
of
lot
like
of us.
like War of the Worlds.
Yeah, like they were here all along.
They were here, and they're just planning. They're just waiting for us to be in a very vulnerable state.
But to Neil's point, I agree with part of it, but not half it. So the part I agree with is if they have the ability to travel here from a different galaxy, then they for sure have the ability to completely wipe us out if they wanted to.
Yeah,
sure.
I don't think they want to. I think they kind of want us to like kind of dissipate within like the long game shit. Like, wait till we're all killed off, then take over the planet.
Yeah, but that goes on the idea that they're trying to use our planet for resources or a place to
We ain't
live.
got no more motherfucking resources.
Well, to them we might, right? Like there's a theory out there that like if I think that movie Battleship.
Oh, when they was coming here for the water.
Yeah, because water is an important resource to them. Like if water is scarce there, and it's like diamonds are to us. You know what I mean? Like H2O hydrogen could be like diamonds to them. True. So they come here for our hydrogen. I could see that maybe being a possibility, but part of me is also like, I don't know. I just think that it's also just as likely that it's just like sailing the seven seas looking for new shit. You know what I mean? Then again, when they did that, they did annihilate Native Americans.
We did that.
I mean, that's colonizer mentality.
We, Spain, okay?
Yeah.
That's colonizer mentality right there.
It could be. But, when you see an anthill, do you want to step on it?
All the time.
That's so fucked up.
Spend a lot of my time doing that.
All right.
You know what I mean, though? Like, not everybody wants to kill everything. Yeah, so you got to wonder.
I know. I'm just a psychopath.
Yeah. But, like, what if their species was like chill? Or what if they're not even people in there and they're just drones? Like, that's another theory, that they could just be drones from a mothership.
Yeah, they send out dummy drones.
Yeah, but that's a little scary because then it's like, why would they, right? What are they?
Hey, yo, see what the motherfuckers up to.
Here's another theory. What if it's just like a vacation?
They come here for vacation.
We found a new species. Yeah.
I wouldn't come here for no vacation.
That's actually from Futurama.
They see all the blue because, like, from them, it's like a bunch of blue, right? It's like 70% blue. They think it's like the ocean. They want to just chill out. They want to hang out, go to a resort, go to Cancun, but it's like overbooked because everybody's traveling right now, so they have to wait.
You think they're going through like Airbnb?
Probably, but it's too expensive. Airbnb is getting way too expensive. So now they're like, they already made the trip. They already made it because like they probably started their trip several years ago, and like back when Airbnb was like affordable, they finally got here because space travel is like takes a long time. Yeah, they got here, and Airbnbs are way too expensive now. So now they're like kind of stuck. They're hovering above us, and they don't know what to do. They don't want to go back because they have to go back to work and like. They don't like their jobs. That's why they're here. That's why they're on vacation. So then,
we could cater. I think we should develop a new app called UAPB&B.
UAPB&B.
Like aliens come on, you get a discount maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Set tripping. Hey, what planet you from?
Time could be different to them too. Who knows? I mean, they could live 300 years and they're like, oh, we're gonna come spend their equivalent to a weekend, and it's like 26 years.
You guys ever watch that? Or hear that one Greer Barnes bit about aliens coming back
to get black people?
Yeah, to get black people. They would come from planet Black Blood.
Bleak.
Fucking Greer Barnes.
Can you imagine, like if you was the first alien to get discovered and he just everybody just standing around and just waiting in anticipation, and then the ramp comes down and he just comes off and he's just eating Doritos.
He's like, oh shit, my bad.
What's up with y'all?
I didn't know y'all were gonna roll the red carpet.
Hey, y'all got a bathroom somewhere?
Being the first alien discovered by humans, it's like the first girl in middle school to grow boobs. Everybody's like, oh my god, and she's like, oh, I didn't sign up for this. Sorry, that's not really relevant. Based on your responses.
Why
Came
you
out of
looking at me
nowhere.
like that?
So here's the thing. All right, so this is going back to the new reports from 2021 till now, the 366 reports. So out of the 366 reports, the All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, which is like that's the one that Dr. Kirkpatrick runs, and I think is associated with the government and NASA. It's like combined. 195 objects had shown unremarkable characteristics, meaning that they were linked to like common activities, and a lot of them, 163 of them were attributed to balloons. And the balloon thing's weird. Put your phone lower, away from the mic.
Like the Chinese spy balloon.
Sorry, you hear that? That's from your phone.
The Chinese, you talking about that silver shit?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
happening?
So they were attributed to balloons.
A lot of them were. And here's the other thing too that I read. What the fuck?
Okay, it's gone.
It's my phone now all of a sudden.
Is it?
The other thing that I read was that apparently we discovered that there was like a bunch of spy balloons during the Trump administration that we missed.
During the Trump administration?
Yeah.
That's pretty on brand.
It is. It could just be time, right? It probably doesn't have anything to do with Trump necessarily, but I don't even know. Trump would see a balloon and be like, oh, they sent me balloons.
Yeah, from North Korea. That's my Halloween costume this year.
A spy balloon?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's a
funny.
great idea.
'Cause last year was Adam Levine's text messages. It's whatever whatever goes viral,
Whatever's
whatever like
topical.
yeah.
Hold
That
on,
was
what's up with Adam Levine's?
He like
You don't remember that? I'll pull it up.
you don't he like who did he text? He was texting
Just some
somebody.
random Instagram chick.
It was like a model person, like an Instagram influencer, and he was like flirting with her or like being very aggressive with her through text. And but the way he was flirting was like the cringiest way a superstar could flirt. It is like how average people flirt, but you would think that somebody who's like such a superstar would flirt differently.
Oh, he was like, "Yo, pull up, bitch."
Yeah, so a lot of
Even
the
worse.
conversation wasn't recorded. So like she screenshotted all of this, but she didn't screenshot the beginning of the conversation. So it starts off the part that was released. Adam Levine sends a question mark, and he says, "I'm now obsessed with you." And she goes, "Dude, aren't you like married?" And he goes, "Yes, but it's a bit complicated. Stuff gets hard, and the vid thing didn't help. I might get away." And then he goes, "Holy fuck, holy fucking fuck. That body of yours is absurd."
Like, 'cause she sent the photo.
Yeah. And she said, "Next date, I'll be like, do you want to make out with the devil?" I don't know I don't know what she meant. And then he goes, "Haha, how are you such an hourglass? My God." And then she goes, "Haha," and he goes, "Seriously, fuck." And then she sends another photo. And he said, "I may need to see the booty. Fuck," with like 30
He
Ks.
didn't say that. He said that.
Yeah.
And then she says, "No booty." And then he says, "Watching your ass jiggle on that table will permanently scar me, but otherwise I'm amazing." She must have asked how you doing or something.
He flirts or texts just like how I think a 70-year-old like old guy would.
That's
flirt.
what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Who the fuck says booty in a text?
Fuck, I'd do anything for it. And then he sends the craziest emoji I've ever seen.
It's like one of those guys who like never learned how to flirt or sext because
he was too hot.
he was too hot and too famous when that
Pretty
started.
early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that he just never developed the skills for that.
This is where it gets really good. He then goes, he's talking about her ass. "I'd buy it a steak dinner and whisper sweet nothings into it. I want to tattoo my ass now." She must have an ass tattoo. "Nate may come to Maui and tattoo me and surf." I don't know. That's irrelevant. "I need to put some clouds behind the Reaper." What the fuck does that mean?
Oh my god.
You know what that means?
No, not at all.
And she definitely didn't.
But I'm so turned on right now.
I hate that she left out all of her messages. That drives me nuts, to be honest.
I hate that shit too.
Well, she was
She-
probably like
She
egging him
definitely
on.
like trapped his ass a little. I mean, it's his fault. But
I mean,
it's definitely his fault.
It's
but, like,
totally his fault.
he's too much of a celebrity to not know. Like, all right, if you're hitting on her, if she doesn't give in within like, let's say like 2 or 3 sentences.
no, she was giving in. What we're
I mean,
missing
like,
is
giving
nudes
in
and
like,
shit.
oh, so when you fly me out, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but that's the thing is that like Yeah, but to your point, like he's that famous and he's famously married.
Yeah.
And why would he trust this random woman who? What, like
she
she
look that
can't
sexy?
trust him. He's married.
What she look like, bro? Because
That's a
this
good
nigga.
point.
I mean, when you're that
around.
famous, you have to know that all of your messages will most likely get leaked.
Of course, he doesn't have like a publicist that's like
Yeah.
that has.
They're
his
not
phone or
encrypted.
some
They're
shit.
like they're not, screenshot protected.
Her name
They
is
should be. I don't
Allison
understand.
Rosen.
Only if it's between celebrity from celebrity.
Oh,
Then like you can kind of feel safe about it because
Right,
like
you both
both
have
of
a lot to
your
lose.
yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
you got to- yeah,
yeah. But if
I
it's like
agree.
celebrity to like influencer
Damn, she is fine.
who
Let me see how hot this chick is.
She's pretty fine.
She all right. Like she's sexy.
Yeah, she's not. I mean, she might be his type, I guess. But yeah, she's actually she's like a hot woman, I guess. Yeah, sure.
But this is the thing. It's other hot women that will give in easily.
Yeah, bro. And also, if you're that famous and you're gonna fuck around on your wife, which you shouldn't do, but if you're gonna do it, can't you just like do it with like
Some type of
groupies,
privacy.
bro? There's
Yeah.
women like this coming to every one of his shows, I imagine, who would probably like literally eat his asshole for dinner, and he's over here.
Apparently,
with
he'll eat
this chick.
somebody else's asshole for, and buy it a dinner before he eats it.
Buy the steak.
It's
I
like
don't
the Army Hammer guy, right? Like
Yeah.
he wasn't it messages that got leaked about him being a cannibal?
Yeah, so they were like doing like some kink play stuff, but she
Yeah.
also didn't include any of her side of the messages. Now, I imagine that she was at least pretending to be into it because he's super famous and he's like a really attractive rich guy, right? And he's rich. He was born rich, so you know what I mean.
Who, Army Hammer?
Army Hammer, his
Also,
family is really rich.
the army guy, the fucking
He's not in the army.
no, he's with the baking soda shit, right?
What? No, Army Hammer is the actor from that movie.
I know
Social
who he is
Network.
as an actor,
He
but
was in
where
Social
does his
Network.
family come from?
Oh, yeah,
They're
yeah,
just
they
rich for
own.
no
They
reason?
own. No, I mean, yeah, they're like a. I don't even know. What they
Oh,
own.
I didn't even
don't know
make
what
that
businesses
connection.
They own.
I didn't make that possible
Oh,
connection.
you're thinking Arm and Hammer.
Arm and Hammer,
Yeah.
like the baking soda
I don't think that's
company.
it.
It's
Wait,
not that.
Probably not. No.
let me see what it actually is. Oh, it is fucking Arm and Hammer.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait,
Alright,
he was
yeah.
born into that family?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. So I mean, he was born a millionaire.
Oh.
How did I not know that it was Arm and Hammer?
Arm and Hammer. Oh.
They run I think that's one of their businesses. They run
Yeah. All right.
Occidental Petroleum Corporation. I mean, they're in
That's-
petroleum. That's
Oil.
Nah,
not,
that's fucking
Oil
generational
company.
wealth type shit.
yeah.
Like,
For sure
Alright.
it is. For sure it is. Yeah.
So, damn, bro. Even if you, man, I don't. If I'm a celebrity, I'm not hitting people up and.
No, but he was single. I'll say this: I have no problem with a theoretical kink that I don't understand. If he wants to talk about, he wants to eat a person's heart or whatever because it turns him on. That's obviously fucking weird. But if a woman's into the talking of it and whatever the fuck she's into is perfectly fine. If two people are crazy enough to get into that, no problem with that. The issue is that there was a bunch of reports of him taking it too far and going past consent and that kind of stuff. Like women were,
No, that toe. Put some
he would
salt on that
ignore
bitch.
safe words, shit like that.
I put some salt on that toe.
He'd be biting him. You think he's seasoning him? He's white. He's not putting seasoning.
Did you go running? It's good enough.
There would never be. I feel like there's no black guy doing this. There's no. This is some white people
America,
shit,
no.
bro. It just is. It just is. You said what?
In America, no.
Fair enough. There are literal cannibals, and they are
Yeah.
black. So, but that's a necessity, I think. That's like a part of the culture. Gotta respect it. I respect all cultures, even if they eat their young.
No.
Sorry.
I mean, there's like some cultures you probably respect more than others. Let's hear all the ones that you
'Cause they
don't
have
respect that
nothing-
much.
Korea. Just kidding.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. North Korea, though, apparently a great place to live.
North Korea, great place.
I heard it's great.
Yeah.
I heard they have free welfare.
So good they don't want to leave.
They, they never vacation anywhere because it must be so nice.
Have you ever
there.
met a North Korean?
That's such a good point. They're having such a good time. A buddy of mine went to North Korea. He must have loved it because he never came back.
He never
dude.
came back. No.
It's crazy. That works.
My
Have you seen those videos coming
pretty
out
fucked
of like the propaganda about North Korea?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of like propaganda from. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, they like. Oh yeah, they go pretty hardcore with like the brainwashing and all.
Yeah, but
that.
now there's like TikTok influencers. Like there's like North Korean women on TikTok being like, North Korea is actually a great place to live, and they're like talking about the benefits of there are many women to marry in North Korea, and the beauty of marriage in North Korea is that if you get divorced, you're disgraced from culture, and you have to work as either a maid or like a construction, like you have to like clean shit. Like that's the only job you can have if you get a divorce. But I think that's only for women. Like they just punish the woman if they get a divorce.
That's fucked up, yo.
And they kill the men.
I don't even know.
They do kill a lot of people.
Yeah, they be killing.
If you get caught trying to escape, you get put to death.
Shit, if you get caught trying to get on the internet, because I know you can't use the internet.
Yeah. Well, I think they have a version of the internet.
Dude, if you ever go to like Snapchat and like look at like the global snaps and go to North Korea, there's like a bunch of people who like have like VPNs and fake post that they're in North Korea.
Oh yeah. Oh, that makes sense, I guess. I wonder how many people have VPNs in North Korea of them somewhere else. Probably none.
You know, that's actually a pretty good point. They probably do.
Yeah. You think they have VPN Express in North Korea?
Probably.
How do they even know about it if they're not listening to podcasts?
I couldn't do it.
How's your North Korea fan base?
Who, mine?
Yeah.
For this podcast?
Yeah.
I imagine it's pretty good, honestly. I imagine there's at least, I don't know, maybe 20,000.
Dude, I'm gonna laugh so hard if we meet somebody who's like, stripping grits, North Korea. I'll be like, yo, first of all, I'm so glad you're out.
Yeah, I'm glad you made it out. It's like, I came all the way to America to meet
grits.
shrimp and grit. I don't know what accent I'm doing.
Yeah,
I figured if
what
I
accent
went too Asian, it'd be more offensive. So I'm doing like a Swedish thing.
Let the record show I'm not doing an accent right now.
Well, Victor, you barely speak English.
This podcast has proven that.
Like every time I say something racist, nobody laughs, and then I feel racist.
Because you're white. we take you seriously.
Listen, I started this podcast. Okay, I found myself a black host. Just kidding. It's not why I did it.
That's the ad that you put out.
I brought a black host. You're like, what?
I remember that was the ad that you put out. You're like searching for a black co-host.
Looking for a young, hot, tall black man to host a podcast. But you have to be grits, so I can be shrimp. Should we get back into aliens, or should we continue with this Army Hammer?
No, I like aliens. I like talking about
interesting.
I like talking about aliens. I spend a lot of my youth thinking and looking up alien stuff, man. Like the pyramid shit. Like, do you think? No, okay. People always say like the aliens built the pyramids and all that stuff, and I don't know if that's necessarily true.
The only theory that I've heard about the Egyptian stuff or the pyramids that made some sense to me is that the Egyptians built the. Okay. One fun fact that I heard from some scientists, I don't even know where I heard it, but
Very fun
is that
fact.
we're closer. If there's a timeline, we're closer to Cleopatra than Cleopatra was to the creation of the pyramids.
I know, that's pretty mind blowing.
That's crazy.
That is, yeah.
So did the Egyptians even know where they came from? Like that's one theory.
I saw
I've
there's
heard.
one theory that like when the Egyptians got there, the sphinxes were already there. They just carved the faces differently because the heads are smaller in proportion to the rest of the body, so they just carved it deeper.
Oh, so they like amended it. They like swapped the bodies out.
Why
would they do that?
They rebranded it. Yeah. Why would they do that? I don't know. Who knows why they did anything back then? It was a whole different world. I mean, it just makes it more a lot clearer that civilization was probably very advanced back then, and
That's
shit
what I'm
just
thinking
happened.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shit just happened.
Yeah, the where did it all go theory though comes into play. Like where did it all go?
Because imagine, where did it all go?
We have dinosaur bones. If you believe that.
I mean, imagine if the U.S. crumbles and goes down and all that stuff, and somehow the internet disappears, and then civilization has to be like rebuilt, restarted. All this internet stuff would be gone, and then it would take them several thousands of years to recreate the internet.
Here's a theory. What if the UFOs that we're seeing now
Mm-hmm.
are the race that were on Earth, and then they left, let's say atmospherical problems or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They left, and they're coming back to see what's going on now. And they're like, holy shit, there's like this new little breed running around.
Oh shit, yo! That's where I lost my virginity at the motherfucking thing. They put an Apple store there.
Now
That's
now
crazy.
it's Dubai. That's crazy.
Now it's Dubai. Because like, yeah, I mean, when you think about it, right? Like, they're still discovering old villages and civilizations underground.
Especially in
that
the
is
Amazon,
nuts.
dude.
Yeah,
In the
the
Amazon?
Amazon.
Especially in the
Like
Amazon.
80% of it is like potentially was a
Under-
city. Like that's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Right.
Have y'all heard about the shit that they just discovered, like the underground pyramid?
Yes. Yes.
That shit is lit.
I heard something that the pyramids are twice or one of the pyramids at least are twice the height that they are underground or that they are above ground
Oh, yeah.
underground.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
an iceberg.
Like 2/3 of it is underground. Yes, like an
Yeah.
iceberg. It's a good comparison. That's
scared of that
crazy.
shit,
like
dude.
why?
I'm scared of that shit. I do not want to go in a fucking pyramid and like.
Oh, I would love to go to a
I
pyramid.
Hell
would
no,
never.
dude.
No, no,
I
no.
wouldn't
I can
do
go.
that
I can go
shit.
the rest of my life never doing that.
Yeah.
Why?
That's a job for somebody else. I would just stay home.
Well, listen, as the white guy here representing the whites today,
Of course.
I would love
the
to go
white guy.
climb a pyramid.
Of course.
Climb, yeah, but go inside. Do you
Go
know
inside?
Well, I don't think they give
Have
you
you not-
access.
Have you not watched
Tomb Raider?
the Mummy, nigga?
The Mummy,
The Mummy.
Tomb Raider?
You know damn well I watched them.
Indiana Jones, like
Especially
so
Indiana
many
Jones.
warning movies out there.
But the
the
advancements of like the technology they had for the traps that they had, that shit is scary as fuck.
It's not really like fascinating technology so much as it's just incredibly like ingenious ways of using simple technology. Do you know
That's
I mean?
what I'm saying, dude.
That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they had like some brujeria back then too. So like, you know, you're gonna
What
get
is a brujeria?
like some curses.
Some
like
curses,
you, yeah. Like you walk into a certain room, you're gonna get cursed. Like you and your family
You
and
and your
your whole
family.
generation.
And it's happened with like scientists and shit. Like they hold like, so whoever touched a certain room in a pyramid, their whole like family.
Like I
died
have
off
ED
and
now.
shit.
yeah,
My
that
dick
explains
can't
my
get hard
ID.
Yeah, the random heart attack. You're like, God damn, it's only 16.
Just get the opposite of ED. You just get random boners all day long.
That's 7th grade, you mean? Okay, so do you think it's possible that humans could have built the pyramids based on the size and the time?
Yeah.
You had all the
Yeah.
time, dude. So
They had a lot of time, and they also
They
had a lot of
time.
slave labor.
A lot of slave labor.
Yeah.
I've seen scientists break down possibilities of how they could have done it using like pulley systems and all that kind of shit. Pulley
Yeah.
systems and wedges and all these like basic physics stuff. And it seems like maybe it's doable. I don't really have a problem with thinking that the pyramids were built by humans, but
I
the
think they had
timeline
help.
is crazy. Like, do we know how old they are? Like, I think it's like theoretical.
Yeah, elephants and shit. This is a random.
Well, no, you're right. I mean, elephants are strong as fuck, and they had them.
a random Egyptian guy just looking at his paycheck. I swear to God, I lifted like 5 bricks yesterday.
I mean, they're clocking in, dude.
I mean, they had a lot of people working on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, when you disregard the human condition and like labor laws and shit like that, you can force people to work day in and day out.
Yeah, you clock out when you're dead.
Yeah.
That is, I bet you people were getting crushed left and right.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of bones in between those stones.
Yeah.
You think so?
For sure.
That's an interesting. First of all, that sounded really cool. It's a cool sentence. Bones between those stones. I like that.
Yeah. I work as a part-time rapper.
Nice.
Dude, if I was working back then, I'd be just drawing random dicks on like a certain stone.
I like you say working.
That's what I'm saying. If I was working,
Yeah.
I'd just like, man, fuck this job and just draw a random dick on a stone and like they gonna find that shit.
I would too. Why are there no dicks like in like caveman paintings and shit like that?
Are
like
there no
that's-
dicks?
I don't
No
think so. I've never seen any.
It's an interesting point. Not the way we draw them.
So that
But you
means
know,
that-
other countries draw dicks differently.
Do they?
Like our version of a simple dick, we draw the balls weird, right? It's like a flattened like a 2D version,
Yeah.
balls and then like a shaft. In,
I had a
in like
vein.
Europe, if you want to be realistic with it,
Yeah.
if you have the time. But in Europe,
hair.
they draw dicks differently, and I don't even have an example of that, but they do apparently.
Pull up European dick.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what's gonna pop up, but I'm gonna do it. European dick drawing.
I can't imagine being a caveman. Like I'm the only person drawing a dick on the cave.
Like when cavemen were doing drawings, they were drawing like mammoths and like battle scenes and shit like that.
Oh my.
There must have been at one point somebody drew the first penis, and then like showed it.
Okay, so for those of you listening,
funny.
for those of you listening, I found a picture. Roman soldiers drew penises all over Hadrian's
Gotta clap
wall
for that.
more than 1,800 years ago.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. This is also on taskinpurpose.com. So who the fuck knows? There's a National Guard.
I mean, how did they
ad.
know they were Romans and now like just some 13-year-old that went to explore the cave and just drew a dick?
13-year-old? Look at that cock, bro. That's Roman cock. That's Spartan dick right there.
I mean, it's just,
These are crazy.
I just
drawings.
love that. I love that. Even back then, we were just we never grew up. We never matured.
You know, it's funny though. People always talk about how this, the Roman statues, they're like the dicks are so small because that was actually perceived as like attractive. It's like, bro, their dicks are not small. You sit there in a toga and pose for a sculptor. You're gonna tell me you're gonna have a big dick, bro? You ever been to the hospital and pulled your dick out? Like you ever taken a drug test and pulled your dick out? Like your dick is the smallest form it's ever been in.
I pop a blue pill right before.
Yeah, you're not gonna be caught slipping.
Dog, I got my fucking prostate checked a few years ago, and that shit
Before
was-
40? What?
Yeah, it was weird, and because I have internal hemorrhoids,
Oh, internal?
I did it for cheap
Yeah.
too.
and then like he did his thing, and then I was like, yo, that's how long it's gonna take you, and he pulled out. He was like, all right, it's over, and I turned
pulled
around,
out.
and I was hard as fuck,
Really?
and I was like, yo,
Man.
thanks.
Really surprised you're sharing that with anybody, let alone.
I'm lying like a
YouTube.
motherfucker. I cried. I wasn't hard. I was tearing up like.
You
I'm
cried
a-
like tears of joy,
No,
or
it was just a tear. It was just a very awkward feeling. He like
beautiful
lubed his
moment.
glove up, and you
yeah,
know, it was
Yeah.
really cold.
first time?
I had to call my mom and was like, I'm
he
so
he
sorry.
said that first time.
He's like, hey,
So what's new?
so what you doing after this?
Digging around. In
Yeah. And do you have a conversation while it was happening, or you just quiet?
I tried to kind of like,
Yeah.
hey,
Oh, bro. I mean, as a comic, there's no fucking way I'm not making that man
Yeah.
laugh.
I wasn't a comic that day.
Are we making
Yeah.
jokes?
I wasn't funny for months after that.
I just finished therapy.
Like
Now
for
you-
real?
now you have to go back.
No.
I did too. I just graduated.
Done.
Therapy. Yeah.
There's no end. There's no end goal there.
I
There's
graduated.
no
therapy.
finish line for.
Have you ever
therapy.
noticed? Yeah, when you start therapy, there's no end goal really. You don't
Yeah,
stop.
No,
No,
they
that's
just
the annoying
like
part.
they'll tell you. Like my therapist broke up with me, and I know it's not the correct term for it.
I know, but it feels like a breakup.
Yeah, it feels like a breakup. He's
It
just
does.
like, I think you're doing better.
It's a relationship.
I think we're done here. I mean, you could call me anytime you want.
Really?
Thanks.
I've never gotten that far.
Really?
Yeah, no, I've never gotten better.
No, I've gotten ghosted a number of times by therapists.
By a therapist?
What?
Yeah.
What?
No, this isn't true. I don't have health
I was about to
insurance.
say that sounds illegal.
I've never had a therapist in my life. Actually, that's not true. When I was a little kid, I was put into therapy because my parents were going through a rough divorce.
Oh shit.
And they were like, Jack doesn't talk and hasn't spoken in months. Like, we need to see if he's okay.
That sounds like being.
And guess who I
7.
didn't talk to at all? The therapist.
Yeah.
I remember sitting there in silence aggressively, dude. I remember watching Goodwill Hunting and thinking, this is my approach to therapy. I'm going to sit there and be a fucking prick, pain in the ass.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh damn.
I was
Made their
mad.
life
I was
hard.
an angry little
He
guy.
made Robin Williams so mad he choked him and pushed him into a
Oh my God.
picture.
I think he killed him. Emotionally, at least.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah.
Remember, he dies. Doesn't he die at the end?
Goodwill
Robin
Hunting?
Williams? No.
No, he like leaves. He goes like
wa-
backpacking, right?
Yeah,
doesn't
he
go
goes to
backpacking.
follow his girl.
Yeah.
No, his wife died.
His wife
Oh,
died.
Robin Williams.
Yeah, Robin
yeah.
Williams.
He didn't die. He died in the movie.
Oh, you're right. No, yeah, you're right. Matt Damon leaves.
Matt
Matt
Damon
Damon
leaves.
leaves.
Yeah, to follow
Robin
his girl.
Williams
Follow the
just
girl.
smiles about it. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, because he used his line.
And then Ben
Yeah.
Affleck goes to pick him up, and he's not there. And it's like, oh, I've always waited for this moment. He's like smiling. He's like, one day,
to
I hope I'm
leave.
gonna come here. You're not gonna be here.
Yeah,
But
to
bro,
leave
I'd be
Boston.
so mad if
I
I went
know.
to pick up my friend for work and
'Cause
he didn't
that-
say shit.
Because that must have been like 6 a.m. He got up earlier to pick
Yeah.
up his friend,
to go bash sheetrock.
and then he could have saved like 30 minutes of sleep right there. I would have been
It's
so
pretty
mad.
rude. Yeah,
it
it
is.
is pretty
but he
rude.
smiled. Like fuck off.
Casey Affleck's like,
Looks
now
like
I can
a-
sit in the front. It's like, you got in the back, you pussy.
It was like an end credit, like, yo, you could have fucking let me know, you dick.
The dynamic of Casey Affleck getting in the back seat with no one in the front seat is so funny to me.
I hope that pussy was worth it, you fucking asshole. I love you. Have fun. All right.
Ugh, like that with the woman in that movie too. I was not into her. She's pretty
Yeah.
enough. It's just I wasn't into her. I wasn't in, when she does the joke about the old Scottish couple.
I hate how I never seen her anywhere else in any other movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah. She wasn't that great.
It happens a lot, you know.
I'm
and
pretty sure she was in other movies. We just
she
don't know
was.
about.
Yeah, it just wasn't as big as Goodwill Hunting.
Maybe British stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. She
Can't
was
just
British.
go from America to British.
That's true.
She's
Come
British.
from British. Really?
She was British in the movie.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah.
Damn. that's
Very
crazy.
thick accent.
Yeah.
I wish I had a thick accent.
Are you a janitor?
I would talk all the time.
Yeah. That's why she went to Boston.
Boston.
because she didn't know
Boston.
she didn't know that it was an awful place.
How you like them?
And if you're
apples,
listening to
buddy?
Boston, or if you're listening to this podcast from Boston,
Boston.
fuck you.
No, my ex-girlfriend lives in Boston.
There
You're
goes-
not
Kidding.
doing that.
My most of my family lives in Boston, to be
I
honest.
still love her. Don't do that.
Boston.
Okay.
Wait, where were we? I
So
forgot.
here's the thing. I wanted to show you this video. So this is a video that I didn't see until today, to be honest, and I don't know how I missed it. So this is to me the clearest video of a UAP that they've officially decided they cannot prove that it's not alien or alien. They
Sir,
have no
it's-
fucking clue what it
it's
is.
UFO.
It's
I
UAP.
mean, that
It's UFO.
that Roman dick was a UAPP.
Unidentified amazing penis. Okay, so here's this video. You guys watch this, and I know this is an audio podcast, but I'll throw up the video. So if you're watching on Spotify or YouTube right now, you can pull it up, and you'll see this video too. So this is in the Middle East, and it's from a plane, obviously, but pretty weird.
How come there are never any alien sightings in like New York?
Well, that's pretty populated, and I imagine that that's why also it's like people have theories that like where are they all the time? Like are they coming from outer space to here, or are they stashed somewhere? Like are they in the ocean? That kind of thing.
Oh shit.
Okay, so
All
wait,
right.
actually let me go back a little bit. So it starts off. So obviously it's fast as fuck, right? So they're like struggling to track it. Oh, this isn't a very long video, so I'll just play it. So that's it in the corner, but they'll slow it down, I think. And then there's a clearer one of it going straight across the middle. So now they're keeping track of it. So it's a sphere, and it's just fucking floating along.
It's like Roadrunner.
And they have the ability to look at the heat signatures. And there's no, by heat signature I mean like, so if it was a plane, there'd be like a hot tail coming from it if
Yeah.
you looked at it.
Look at that whole panel, like, yo.
Yeah, dude, that's a government panel. That's like nuts. And so, obviously, like, we're watching this. Like, what are your first thoughts? Like, is this human?
Wait, can you play it again?
This is actually not the best version of it I've
It's like
seen.
a
Let me go
sphere.
back a
Man, it
little
looked
bit.
like somebody threw a bullet
It's like
baseball.
a full.
To a baseball,
Mm-hmm.
like
nice little
100
sphere.
miles.
Tom Brady after retirement.
Hold on, there's an ad. We'll do some
Government.
Boom, bip, boom, 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 bop, boo. While we're listening to this ad, you guys look up at the sky, see if you see a UFO, send it our way. Okay, here's another ad.
Another ad. Wow.
What the fuck?
You can have a YouTube Premium.
This is the government trying to cover up
you can
proof of alien life.
get YouTube Premium and write it off your taxes.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can. It's for work.
If I started getting paid on this for the
Yeah.
podcast, I bet you I could.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't want to listen to this. Is Dr. Kirkpatrick talking about it? He is the leading guy.
Is he like the Fauci of the
charge of it.
UFO verse?
Yes.
Like world.
So here's a good example. Okay, so this is literally. Actually, that's a great comparison. So this is one of the two that were brought up in this meeting, and this first one, they proved to be a plane, but it's like weird looking.
They proved to be a plane.
It proved to be a plane. Yeah.
So who was driving the plane? Do you drive a plane or fly a
you
plane?
fly a plane.
You fly, but you can drive.
So
it.
this is an aircraft, obviously. So
You
this
drive it.
flew by, and they were like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
Because it's pretty fast.
Hold on, did the plane say what the fuck is that? Because if I'm out there driving, I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, you mean this plane?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think they
Even saw.
probably witnessed it with their eyes. I'm honestly, pilots really don't. They don't really look out the windshield to fly.
What does
so-
it look at?
They look at their
Like a
their,
radar
like,
thing?
Yeah, they're all their meters and
Mm.
all that shit. So see this little streak coming off this object?
Yeah.
So that's a heat signature. So this has propulsion.
Okay.
So whether it's a fucking, I mean, they proved that this is a commercial flight that they discovered, but this one was really, people were really skeptical about this because they're like, it just flies across the screen really fast. It looks like it's 10 times faster than the plane that you can see on the screen. But then they're like, no, it was just a commercial flight, it's just a shitty image because of the trail. But then when you go to the Middle Eastern one, which better
He has a
fucking be in
face
this.
I do not
this
trust.
Come at the
Look
very
that face,
end.
bro. Look at his face. I don't trust that face.
That's pretty much the end.
Like he rated a lot of me.
Different video then. Damn, we watched 2 ads for that.
I know, right? I mean, that's the video.
That's the video.
This is the same video. That we
How did they
saw.
know it wasn't a fly? It could have been a fly.
Nah,
Maybe it's
just like on the
too
screen.
flat on the bottom.
A
Too
fly?
flat?
The orb?
Yeah.
No, I mean it's shiny, and they can tell how much.
Look at
Okay,
that.
so here's a better
There
video.
it is. All right.
Okay, so right there, that's the first big flyby, and then they're tracking it now, and it's down here in this corner. Now it's moving fast as fuck. It has no heat signature, It doesn't seem to be obstructed by like wind or gravity whatsoever. It has no wings. It's got no way to ride air.
It wasn't like launched. It looked like it could have been like a cannonball that was like launched.
You know, sure, actually, like maybe, but
it was
I don't
have some type of dip. Like it would get smaller.
Yeah, it would
if
get
the gravity.
exactly.
You know
It
what I
would be pulled down, and I don't think there's any way they're shooting a cannonball this size that far that fast. And this one has been proven that they have no idea what the fuck it is. Like that's
You know
what
what's
they came
interesting?
about.
The shadow on that. Look at that shadow. It's like exactly. It's like the light is coming directly from the left.
Here's the thing: it is because when you're that high up, you're not obstructed by anything, so the sun's just on that side.
But how high is this thing?
So this is from the thing capturing it is a drone. Drones fly way higher than commercial flights. I think it's probably a little higher than a commercial flight would be my guess. But yeah, no demonstration of a word I can't say. Enigmatic.
I'm still
Technical
skeptical
capabilities.
of this thing.
I don't know, man. This to me seems like a really clear image of something that looks like it could have been what they found from that the jet. You know what I mean? The jet one, which was like the Tic Tac.
Tic Tac.
Is what they called it. Said it was shaped like a Tic Tac, which is obviously just some sort of spherical object. Who knows? But I don't know, man. I think this could have been a UFO, like legitimately, and that's sick. This is the plane again that they discovered had a heat signature. Wait, is it? Yeah, that's the commercial flight. Anyway, and they were showing the commercial flight as an example of what something looks like when something looks like a UFO, but it has a heat signature. So it's at least makes sense to our physics and stuff. But I don't know. It's pretty nuts. And the theories that I've heard on how a UAP would fly, like the spherical UAPs, is that it's like gravity displacement. So if you can bend time and space, which is what you would need to do to travel galaxy to galaxy, pretty much, unless time is just different to you, right? If you're an entity that lives to be 500 years old, it might not matter if you spend 100 years doing, or maybe not 100, but you know what I mean. So it's like, if you imagine like, you know what? I don't even think I have a good example. I'm not smart enough for this.
Neither am I.
This example.
I used to be smart enough for
I'm
this.
surprised you found all this footage.
I know.
Yeah. Well, I googled it.
I don't know. I do like that. I don't know. I like UFO sightings and shit like that because I know it's not like to me it's not real, but I just find it so entertaining. Kind of like ghosts.
You really don't think it's real?
No, I don't think so. Same with like ghosts. I don't think ghosts are real, but I love like people like hunting ghosts. Huh? I don't care.
You know the people that usually that shit happens to, it happens to people that don't believe.
I've been not believing for my entire life, and I still haven't experienced anything.
All right, when it happens, don't go looking for Jesus.
But I love ghost videos and paranormal shit.
But all that shit's stupid to me. Like, I don't believe in ghosts either. I am entertained by it.
Okay, but why do you believe in aliens?
Because aliens, well, if you're asking me, do I think there's a percentage of chance that maybe ghosts exist on the plane in some way? Sure, because energy is dispersed, never goes away, and maybe there's something we don't understand. There's obviously so much we don't understand that there's like if you consider all the information that exists being 100%, I think we know probably like 0.000000001%.
Oh yeah, we know very little.
Yeah, but aliens to me mathematically have to exist.
Oh, of course.
And ghosts, there's just no probability.
They exist. I mean, I just don't think they've ever like made contact with us.
But you don't seem like that's not like in denial to you based on the video I just showed you that the government released and was talking about that they started a whole staff of officials and
I need like concrete evidence. I need to see the actual alien in front of me.
So do they. I'll say. Kirkpatrick is not sitting here saying these are aliens. He's sitting here saying that out of all the things we reviewed, this one we just can't. We don't really know what it is, kind of thing. I'm pulling up the Vegas video, but this shit's stupid, bro. We could make a video like this right now. Matter of fact, we should, and we should go viral for it.
Fuck no.
We totally should. Oh, is that the one with the tractor trailer thing? Yeah, that one.
But in this video, you see literally nothing.
I know. They were like, it's between the, it's like in the windows of the tractor in the back, and I was like, I couldn't see shit.
And then on TikTok, they like screenshot it and they zoom in, and it's like literally, it's just like a blurry.
Yeah, it's a blur. It's always
area.
a blur.
Yeah.
I would have shined like a flashlight on it or something.
And this is Vegas, so these are like, man, I gotta be honest, dude.
What
If
happens?
these were a bunch of white teenagers, I would have been skeptical as fuck.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. All right, these
Yeah,
aliens came to
just-
party.
I was about to say the aliens just there to get some coke and hookers and shit.
Yeah, they were there to party. They were there to party. They were there to gamble.
Just to lose all their money.
And then a bunch of people just came and ruined their party. They landed in the wrong hotel. They went to the wrong Airbnb.
Should have went to Caesar.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the Logan Paul video thing?
No.
So
The
there's-
last Logan Paul video I know is the one about the guy killing himself.
In Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
He recovered from that.
Did he?
He did.
Wow.
At least according to the internet.
That
So,
sucks.
I actually thought that was just like him being an idiot. He was like a kid, whatever the fuck. He's an idiot. Oh, but here's the thing. So, Logan Paul tracks down, I mean, he's got all the resources in the world. He's so rich. So, he tracks down this guy who claims to have UFO footage.
Okay.
And he's shown it to two people who people consider to be like solid. And they said that it's the most convincing footage they've ever seen, but he won't release it. He won't give it to anybody. He won't, like, he's got it completely hidden. He's been offered millions. He won't take any bribes or whatever. And then Logan Paul went there and was like, "Can I see the video?" And I guess he showed him the video or something like that. And Logan Paul was trying to buy it from him, and all this kind of stuff happened. And apparently Logan Paul, there's a chance that he like has the video now and like won't release it yet or something stupid like that.
Dude, I would have stolen that phone so fast.
Oh my god, I don't even think it's like on a phone. I think he has it on like a drive in a safe or something crazy.
Mm.
But here's the thing, that's probably bullshit. That's probably not even worth.
It sounds
bringing
like
up.
it's bullshit.
It sounds bullshit.
Yeah.
But just because Logan Paul attaches his name to it doesn't make it bullshit. It makes it seem like bullshit because he's so full of shit all the time. Because he's just an internet celebrity. He's out there making content.
He's
so-
looking for views.
Yeah, looking for views.
That's the
So
only
where
reason.
does this guy that kills himself comes into play?
Oh, that's like a really old video of Logan Paul goes to this Japanese forest
Oh, yeah.
that's known for suicide.
Oh, the Suicide Forest.
Yeah.
But he went there thinking it was going to be like a ghost video, and in Japan, respect is a different animal there, and they
Yeah,
were
you
not
don't fuck
cool
around
it.
with that shit.
Yeah, they don't like that shit at all. And suicide's also looked at much differently in Asian countries and stuff. It's
Yeah.
like it's all complicated, and he was just insensitive about something that hurt a lot of people's feelings for legit reasons. And I also don't really give a fuck about that because it's like,
Also, like, you know, people already didn't really like him. If that was like somebody else who like people loved, you know, it would have been a different reaction. I feel like.
well, he was
Yeah.
such a little cocksucker while he was there.
Well, yeah.
He was. And I think they showed a video of somebody hanging in a tree and they didn't expect to find anything like that. But he also
Yeah.
ignored a lot of the, warnings about that forest. So whatever.
That's fucked up, yeah.
Yeah.
You know it's supposed to be like a haunting thing that's supposed to happen, or they're like speculating that's going to happen in Japan since they had the tsunami shit.
You said a haunting thing.
You think there's more ghosts because of the tsunami, you mean?
Nah, there's supposed to be like more ghosts.
It kind of makes sense. People say that about New Orleans because of like all of the
the levee
paranormal
shit.
stuff that's always been associated with New Orleans with all the
Yeah.
voodoo and all that shit. And then you factor in Katrina, and apparently like after Katrina there was like all these ghosts now. And
Really?
It's like, yeah, maybe, sure.
Did anything happen after like Nagasaki or Hiroshima? Because it was like
yeah, can they survive
Oh.
nuclear explosions? I don't know. Ghosts?
no, but like the ghosts, like there must have been like if that's true, then like there must have been a hike in ghost sightings or feelings or whatever immediately after.
Well, they say like the most haunted places are places where there's been a lot of trauma and death. So it would make sense that if ghosts are real, we're pretending ghosts are real for this conversation, then yeah, I imagine there's a fuckload
Yeah.
around Nagasaki.
We'll pretend.
Also, what's the nuclear power plant that exploded?
In Japan,
Yeah, what's it called?
I don't remember the name, but I remember the event.
There's like a movie and everything. What is the fuck is it called?
There's a movie about it. It's not Chernobyl.
Oh yeah, I was getting Chernobyl mixed up, but
No,
Chernobyl's
no,
a good
no.
example too.
Yeah,
Of it's like a lot of people died, and nobody's been there forever. Like how haunted would that place fucking be? I don't know.
pretty haunted.
Pretty haunted. There's dogs running around,
Yeah,
3 eyes. That's pretty crazy. Do you know there's people who live there in Chernobyl?
not for much longer.
No, I mean people live there. I mean it's like they're getting exposed to radiation, but I don't think it's like that much.
The levels are lower. Yeah, it's not. It depends on how far they are.
I think it's almost inhabitable. We should.
No, it's not in that.
UAP B&B, baby.
It's off limits.
Radiation, it takes a long time to kind of.
Yeah, like a fuckload.
Well, it depends how strong it is.
Yeah, at a certain point, it's like you can go there for like a week, maybe.
I mean, it'll be like in 100 years we can probably go back there.
Yeah.
You going?
To Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
On
Let's go there.
on the first opening day.
Grand opening.
Opening day of Chernobyl.
Open up a coffee shop
a
there.
grand opening.
Grand
It's
opening.
like the beginning of Bob's Burgers when it's like
Come get
grand
your
opening,
radiant
grand
coffee.
opening, grand
Yeah.
opening.
Your radiation latte.
I think they'll turn into like somewhat of like, of course, a museum, but like probably like an amusement park type museum.
An amusement park.
The next Disney.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
there's anything amusing about it though.
No,
That's like there being like all Pearl Harbor.
Like, if they can make
amusement
money off of it,
Yeah,
they'll
if they can make money off of it,
yeah.
they'll definitely do
park.
it.
You ever been to Kamikaze Park in Pearl Harbor? It's fantastic. Yeah, you're on this ride. It flies right into the ground. It's nuts. Everyone dies. Anyway, yeah, I think the Vegas video of the family is nonsense. But here's the thing. There might not be aliens in the video running around, which is what everybody's acting like. But apparently the reason they were outside is because they saw something flying across the sky from east to west, made a big screeching noise. It didn't really make sense. Didn't look like a plane or anything. And then it crash landed, and there was no reports of a crash happening. And then apparently there was like reports of like a government people like showing up all over the town and interviewing people and gathering evidence or whatever. And then there was nothing there to be found. So.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know, but that could be total bullshit. But the idea that the Men in Black exist to me actually like makes total sense. It's just like the non-theatrical, shitty, stupid version.
Yeah, it's the people that literally come in your house and they're like snooping through all your shit.
Yeah, I mean the government does that all the time for all kinds of shit. Why wouldn't they do that for the possibility of an
They're
alien?
like, what the fuck did you just see?
Right?
Huh? Say you was at work.
You guys have seen District 13?
No.
You talking about District 9?
District 9. Sorry, I was getting
I
mixed up
love
with the
that
Hunger
movie.
Games.
I love that movie.
Yeah, District 9 is a pretty good movie, but it's an
Never
interesting
seen it.
concept. You've never seen it, really?
No,
You'd
never
like
seen it.
So
Really?
fucking good, dude.
It was, you know, people talk about it like it was a great movie. I didn't think it was that good, but the concept,
What?
the
That shit
general
was-
premise,
That
it was
shit
cool.
was dope.
But the general premise is the aliens come, we fight with them, we win. Most of their race goes back to their planet, but they leave behind a bunch of people, and then they're like essentially put into these districts like ghettos essentially,
Yeah.
and then they're just like regular like it's like illegal
The
aliens.
slums. They
It's
was
like-
living in the slums of like Johannesburg and shit. We wasn't
Yeah.
fighting with them. They just came. They sent like a small number, and then the population grew, so they put them in the slums of Johannesburg.
No, I mean, but the original premise is that they came to fight us,
They
and
didn't
then
come
they
to fight
ran,
us.
and then they left behind people. I'm pretty sure.
They just sent a small percentage of them, and then they got stuck here. That's why they were like picking on them and shit and treating them like animals.
Did we like destroy their ship in the movie? Is that what happened?
Nah, the ship stayed. It was like the ship that they came on just stayed in place, but they couldn't get into it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I
they
do remember
couldn't get
that.
into it,
I do
but they
remember it
took-
like hovering and stuff.
It was hovering, and the government, the African government, took their technology and was trying to work on it.
Right, which is such a sick element of that movie. Like all the fucking like
All the
these
fucking
like
guns and
bummer
shit.
clock motherfuckers with like a
Yeah.
laser. And shit.
Uh-huh.
That's so dope.
And they couldn't use it because they didn't have the technology only worked for the aliens.
Right, and then they destroyed all their ships, so they couldn't get to the mothership and all that. kind of shit.
Yeah,
The mothership theory is a kind of cool one. If the UAPs are all from a mothership, it's a little alarming, but
dude, that whole fucking the last 45 minutes of that movie is
chaos.
just suck my dick.
You should watch
dog.
it, Victor. It's really good.
It's so
Let's
good,
watch
dude.
it. Let's spend 2 hours browsing through Netflix until we finally settle on District. Here's the thing: we spend hours browsing for movies, and then we always settle on, because our tastes are so different in what we like in movies.
Yeah, it's pretty dramatic.
Yeah, that at the end we just watch something that we've all already watched before.
That's funny.
The difference is, so Victor loves old movies that are like rich in plot and have like a lot of them are like critically acclaimed, or at least like critics were like, you know, blown away in the time or whatever.
Yeah.
My problem is I have a hard time putting myself in the space where I'm impressed by something that was impressive 50 years ago. Like I look for what's impressive now. Like I love modern cinematography, but I will say modern cinematography, the best shit, it's all just stealing from old cinematography.
Well, yeah.
Like a 1912 or whatever that movie is.
1917.
1917. Like,
Yeah.
They're just adding more CGI on it, depend on the movie.
yeah, they do cooler shit because the abilities are cooler. But in general, it's like you're still fucking with the same things. Is,
Well,
is it a wide shot, a mid shot? Is it in center? Is it off center? Where's the horizon? Like, it's all the same game.
Oh, well, I always I'm gonna sound like a snob, but I do prefer film over digital.
I do too.
Film just looks better. It feels more full.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot. Like yesterday I was watching On the Waterfront and I was just looking at like the cinematography and like the framing and all that, and I was like, this is it. They don't make movies like this anymore.
There is something very different about the color spectrum on film that's really fascinating. It has like texture. Like, that's how I describe it. It gives texture. But also it's incredibly expensive. But so I will say this, now when people use film to make movies, those movies are usually really lit because the person making them decided to use film, so therefore they're like probably crazy big film buffs and they're like super into the old school cinematography.
Well, only a select few of directors get access to film.
It's so expensive. You have to have such a big budget for film.
He has to be like a master at filmmaking.
Spielberg's done it.
Was it
Tarantino
too?
Tarantino
probably has the best film movies out in the last like 10 years, in my opinion.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
He's not a science fiction guy, so he can get away with that.
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
That's true. You can't really incorporate both.
He's a film purist, yeah.
I didn't think about that. Like, you can't really have crazy CGI and
shit is
film.
digitalized.
I think Edgar Wright also has access to film. It's like very select few people who can get film. It's a little hard to access because it's expensive, and also you got to be a master at filmmaking because you get fewer takes.
Yeah, and back in the day, they would really be one take in almost every... Like, if you were a good actor, it was because you could do something in one take.
Well, I don't know.
To save money.
Kubrick kind of defied that.
Yeah, as many takes as it takes.
Yeah, like 100 takes for one scene.
You see the video of Jake Gyllenhaal in... I don't remember what movie it was. Oh, in that fucking... What's the movie about the murderer?
The murder? Nightcrawler?
No, the serial killer.
Like
Oh, Zodiac.
Zodiac. There's like this scene where he's like supposed to throw a clipboard down on the seat next to him in a car, and he had to do it like 78 times. Just the way he's not even in the shot. It's just him tossing a clipboard onto the seat, and he made him do it like 70 something times because he's like, oh, no, throw it like this. It's supposed to land like this. You got to do this with your wrist. It's like, that shit's fascinating.
It's fascinating to watch, but also it's fascinating to. It must be frustrating for the actor.
Yeah, I imagine
actor
it can
must
be.
hate it. They're like, "What the fuck do you want from me?"
He was laughing though. He thought it was funny.
Oh, okay. As long as they were laughing, like David Lynch does that. Not David Lynch. Fucking David Fincher does that. You know who only does one take and one take only? Clint Eastwood, and it shows.
It fucking does.
Yeah,
it really kind of does.
Long, dude,
his movies, in my opinion, are kind of whack. I mean,
some of them are pretty good.
Gran Torino was good, but it's also like something that we were laughing about was, what's the movie where he's like a mule?
The Mule.
The Mule.
I do that a lot. The other day I was like, what are the shoes that horses wear? And Castaigne's like, horseshoes? You fucking idiot.
What's that movie with the Godfather?
But in that movie, The Mule, he wrote it, started it, and directed it, and the character he made for himself just says horribly racist stuff all the time. And there's something very funny about Clint Eastwood being like, I need an opportunity to be racist as hell.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta get it out somehow.
He does that in Gran Torino too.
Yeah, Gran Torino. He also, like, Quentin Tarantino did that in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, he was scrutinized for that a bit. It's like, you just really had to, like, Tarantino will say the N-word as many times as he possibly can in every movie.
Oh yeah.
Himself too, not even just like not like Jamie Foxx, like himself.
Well, also, like, the movie had, like, in Pulp Fiction, there was like 0 N-words up until Tarantino showed up on screen, and then suddenly there were like 100 N-words.
Like, why do you get all the N-words?
He just uses them all up for himself.
Movie. It's just like Tom Mango. It's just like, hey, you can't say these words.
Tom Mango.
But I'm gonna say these words.
Yeah.
Do your best shit. Now hold on, I gotta go put on my gumbo costume. Fucking whatever the fuck it is.
Dude, I'm watching fucking this show called The Warriors on HBO Max.
The Warriors.
It's like Chinese people come into America in San Francisco, and they're like, this is like before Chinatown, and they're building like their own Chinatown, and like Americans and Irish people have like a big issue with them, like with jobs and shit. And the racism in that show, it's not funny, but I'm just like, yo, like the words they use to describe Chinese people.
Dude, that's a crazy time in U.S. history, the whole like post-railroad thing.
Dog, they called them onions.
What?
Like, this fucking
Chinese people onions?
They call them onions.
Wow, why?
I never even heard about that.
Do they even eat
It's
onions?
a great show. Fuck no. It's very racist.
Oh my God, I have a theory of why they call them onions, but it's gonna sound pretty racist.
Please explain.
Okay, so you're chopping onions, right?
Right.
Oh,
Oh.
Like, it didn't take much. You guys really made me halfway with that one. I appreciate that.
so thank you. So I didn't have to say it
Can't
all the
get
way.
canceled for saying "so you're chopping onions."
Actually, I only laughed because Keith was laughing. So can you continue
'Cause I
explaining
pictured
this?
it. I pictured it. I'm sorry. I'm so
Just
sorry.
saying, if something's
Don't cancel
bothering
us.
your eyes, just they think all Chinese people must have just been chopping.
Dog. It's so fucking racist how they like depict them in that show. They're like, you fucking.
What do they call the Irish people?
Just Irish.
Okay, that's not that bad.
Man, it's a great fucking show though.
It's called Irish people.
It's
potatoes.
very brutal, very bloody, and like just so much fighting, dude. Evie Divvy, shout out to Evie. He got me onto that show.
Evie
Oh,
Dim.
I thought you were calling him Irish.
No,
No, he's Albanian.
Yeah.
he's like, nah, man, you need to watch a show about onions, dude. I'm like, what?
About onions.
Nah, nah. He's like, man, watch fucking Warriors.
Damn it! Now I won't be able to like chop onions or look at onions the same.
Definitely
anymore.
without like, yo, I'm out
Don't
here.
call them that. They're Chinese.
Okay, that's
It's just crazy that they call them that in the show. And they're so like racist towards them.
that's so fucking
It's
racist.
pretty funny.
And it's weird because like the Irish people have a problem with them because they've taken the American jobs from them, but like it's also jobs that nobody wants to do.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
it's-
like the Chinese and the Irish came to build railroads because nobody
didn't-
fucking wanted to do that.
They didn't come willingly to. Build
Yeah, they didn't
railroads.
come
railroads?
willingly, but like they just happened.
Yeah, they did.
To,
I thought.
Nah.
Not a lot of them.
Yeah,
Were they slave? We didn't have Irish slaves.
it's not slaves. It's just
Weren't a lot of them like criminals and stuff like that, fleeing and all that? I don't know how the fuck the
Nah,
Chinese people got
nah.
here, but
They brought them
No.
here. You know, America has a past. They have a tradition.
yeah, dude.
really?
Oh yeah.
Majority came here just for jobs. Like they needed jobs to send like back some money back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how I viewed it. I mean, it was incredibly dangerous, and people were dying all the time. But
yeah.
I didn't think it was like a slave thing. Are you sure about this?
They I think they got. I mean, it was post slavery, like legal slavery, but they
I mean, I'm not saying their wages were great.
Yeah, wages were not good, and they also did not treat them very well.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Irish labor and Chinese slavery. Oh, that's South Africa though. Well, that's the same work though. They were still
same
they were
work.
yeah, they were still
About
doing-
10,000 to 15,000 Chinese workers came to the U.S. to build Central Pacific Railroad. They found some economic opportunity, but also experienced hostility, racism, violence, and legal exclusion. Sounds a lot like slavery,
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, I was supposed to Irish were indentured servants, not slaves. It's like okay.
Dude, there's one episode, literally probably like 2 episodes ago, I was watching where like the Irish people hung one Chinese guy, just fucked up because he was saving somebody else, and they just was like, we can't have this shit. And so they lynched him, and then they went to Chinatown and just fucked up Chinatown. Like was yanking people out their houses, beating the shit out of them, knocking over shit in their businesses. And the Chinese people fought back, and it was a very bloody episode.
That
Very
sounds
bloody.
pretty lit, to be honest.
Is that based
And
on a true story?
the Irish people are
Fucking
like, hey,
lit.
hey, like doing
That's how
this
they
whole
fight.
thing.
That's literally how they
And then
fight.
the Chinese people are fucking them up because they
Fucking
have
them
martial
up,
arts.
yo. No, Irish people can fight in that show. Like they can fight.
Yeah,
like,
they're like
that's what
boxers.
they're known for. Yeah, that's what they're
Yeah.
known for.
Irish people are known for being tough, but Chinese, I mean, Asian countries are definitely known for like. It's not really talked about enough that like, bro, let's say you grab 100 Americans, average Americans, and you grab 100 Brazilians, and you grab 100 Japanese people, and you have them all fight. The Americans are getting their asses beat.
You got to think about like what we're eating, dude.
It's not even that.
It's
I mean,
not
there's
that, but I'm
certainly
just
that.
saying, like, that's a
Japanese
big
people are
factor.
healthier, I think.
They'll help. Brazilian people are probably healthy. They eat all the meat
Probably.
they eat. You ever ate at a Brazilian place?
Yeah, it's
they give
pretty
you
good.
so much.
I don't
meat.
know if they're eating.
Oh, yeah.
Brazilian
Fogo de chão?
steakhouse food.
Yeah, man, they give you a lot of fucking meat.
That's how they're
Oh,
eating
yeah.
every day, huh? In Brazil, you think?
Just protein.
Straight protein.
We're eating salt. Japanese people eating fucking.
But-
Look at the
salt,
Brazilian
too.
soccer players, man.
For the record, though, my point though is that Brazilians have jujitsu
Very true.
deeply. I mean, literally, like they all know a little bit of jujitsu. It's like in Thailand, everybody like Muay Thai is like their equivalent of like playing like softball. Like everybody just like knows some Muay Thai.
Yeah, they're also big
And
in
Americans literally don't know shit. I mean, some do.
They're
but
big in
most-
anal.
We know how to sue people.
They're big into anal Thailand.
No, in Brazilian.
They're big. Oh, really? Oh, they're big into ass. That's for sure. Bow.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably wrap this podcast up. We've been going like an hour and 20 minutes. Definitely covered a lot of alien stuff. Glad we did that.
Love aliens.
Ended in a weird spot, but that's okay.
People call me an alien.
They do. And they should.
Yeah.
I think you should go back to your country. Anyway,
to your planet. Back to your planet.
I'll go back to my parents' house
in
over in
20 minutes
Maryland,
away.
PG County, Maryland. I am actually gonna go visit them. It's Father's Day, so
Oh my God, it is.
yeah, I'm gonna go. Right after this, I'm gonna go.
Call your dada, your papa, baby father.
Baby father.
Yeah, happy Father's Day, everybody. This isn't going to
Yeah.
come out on Father's Day, but it is Father's Day. So when this comes out, hopefully you kissed your dad on the lips, and yeah, like Tom Brady. But yeah,
Or go full tongue,
you could
like
if
the-
you wanted.
like the Dalai Lama.
If you want your dad to win a Super Bowl, you gotta fuck him. Sorry, I gotta stop. I'm getting tired now, and I just feel like I'm gonna be really off the cuff and not in a good way. You know what I mean?
You ain't calling nobody an onion, so.
I didn't call anybody none in yet because
Yet.
we don't have any Asian guests
Yeah.
because we're racist.
Okay. Yeah. Glad we covered
Together.
that. We are
One thing
pretty
black
racist.
people and white people can both agree. I'm just kidding.
That's funny.
not even remotely true.
That's how you should sign off every podcast episode.
Yeah, we should. And remember, Asians. I'm just kidding.
You're
All right.
disrespecting our one North Korean fan right now.
Juan.
What's up with
Kim Jong Un.
What's up with shrimp, yo?
You think we could get Kim Jong Un on
Fuck no, don't do
Reach
that
out
shit.
to him.
the pod?
Yeah, reach out to him. I think
He
love
probably like a
America.
lit personality guy too.
he'll probably invite you over there, and you'll
Yeah.
never get to leave.
Yeah.
You can be like,
But I bet you we could be like the #1 trending podcast in North Korea.
Yeah.
As long as we're like saying positive things. I'll just say this. So maybe we'll we'll plant the seed. North Korea, we love you. We love your ideas. We think you're a great place to live. We think that you're honestly like leading in science in the world. We think that you're a great place for vacationing and tourism. And we think you have the most beautiful women. And I think there's plenty of work out there and food for everybody. And we would love to come visit.
dude, we're gonna get canceled so quickly.
You can't get canceled for being. We're too dumb to be canceled.
You know what these motherfuckers said? They said North Korea got so much soul. You know what they were trying to do?
Here's the thing, though. If we get canceled, it means that we were at first successful. So go us. You know, we made it.
It's funny.
And if you are listening back to this episode 10 years from now to try to cancel me, fuck you, you stupid onion. Sorry. It's probably not an Asian
Wow.
person. I know. I shouldn't even say that. They probably don't even, they're probably speaking Mandarin anyway.
Oh no, I said wow because I checked my stocks. I didn't say wow because of.
You don't have stocks. Shut up. All right, guys. We love you. Thank you for listening to the Triple Grits podcast. Follow us on social media at Triple Grits Pod. And follow us on Spotify. Subscribe to the YouTube. All that. You can follow Victor on Instagram. What's your Instagram handle?
WTF_Vic_.
WTF_Vic_?
Yes.
Okay. You should change.
I
You
should change.
that.
Should I change that?
What the fuck, Vic?
Yeah, I like that. Well, I could
What the
just
fuck,
say,
Vic is fun.
What the fuck? Maybe I can change that,
WTF
and
Vic.
it'll be just.
Don't
what the
change it
fuck
yet.
Vic.
You don't know what you're gonna change it.
That's
into.
true. Well, don't change it for at least a week so this podcast can come out and then people can follow you on
Oh,
Instagram.
that's true.
All right. Signing off. I've been Jack Schwartz,
Keith Corey.
Victor Gonzalez.
and we love you, North Korea. Bye.
We love you.